Okay, I rudely left the program a while ago because I had to go. I had a client and I had to go to the client. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about why some people don't succeed in life. There is the principles of God that all of us in life have to follow. We have to follow the principles of God. If God tells us don't fornicate, that's what we don't do. If God says whatever he says not to, he said don't gossip, we don't do that. He tells us to do something and we have to follow the principles of God. All right, so a lot of people don't succeed in life because they do not follow the principles of God. So if you don't tithe, God, somebody just said it there, which they took it from my mouth, God will take it from you one way or the other. He can take it from you, pain, your fridge break down every day, your children get sick. He can take it from you in whatever form if you don't give it. You start to break down. So you got to decide whether you're going to obey God and stop allowing all of the nonsense. Oh, this pastor, I know for a fact that there have been, Tiffany, there have been men of God and women of God that have misused the principle of tithing, and they have taken thousands and thousands of dollars from people. But that's not your business. It's not your business. You are called as a child of God to just do what God tells you to do. If a pastor decide that they are going to do something and that is not your business, God at the end of the day will deal with this pastor that have taken God's money, because it's not your money, it's God's money. God can deal with them and deal with them harshly in due time. So why does people have it so hard? I have known people that have been going from doctor to doctor because they don't tithe, because they don't do what God has called them to do. So tithing is your insurance policy. You may have an earthly insurance policy, but some insurance policy, you get a payback after you die. That's not a real insurance policy. It's how the earth looks at it, the world looks at it. But when you tithe, you receive the benefits while you are alive. Some insurance policy, you can get back money from your insurance policy, but you got paid back. They call it like you make your insurance policy your own bank, your own loan. But after a time, you go, sorry, you got to pay back the same money that you loaned from them. And that same money coming from your interest that is coming. Tithing is not like that. You receive an interest over interest as you do it right. Who in the Bible tithe and they got result? Abraham, Isaac. Now, if you are tither, God is going to start to give you resources. He's going to give you more businesses. Some people don't realize as you give to God, God will give you ideas to create new businesses. But some people want to get rich. But the fact is that, how are you going to get rich on one job? You can't get rich on one paycheck. You got to create businesses. If you look at the book of Genesis, you will see that there are 8 streams of income. It shows you the different rivers. 8 streams of income. Why does God want you to have 8 streams of income? Because he wants you to support his work here on this earth. So the more money you get is to support the work of God. Support. Why is it Rihanna can come to a country and put up something big going on? Why she can do that? Because the world backs her up. What she's doing can be successful. She have a foothold over the Christians because the world backs her up. One of the things is that Christians don't like to back up Christians, but you want all the benefits of what God is doing. A woman came to me and she was very sick. And while she was very sick, God showed me that she went to a witch doctor. I asked her how much money she gave to the witch doctor. She gave this particular witch doctor $500,000. $500,000. Will she give the church that $500,000? No, she will not give the church that $500,000. Why? Because the devil is going to start to tell her, while you give that money to the church, you are giving it to the pastor. But the devil couldn't tell her, Maria, that she was giving the devil people $500,000. $500,000. And that's why I have a problem with some so-called church people, because you are hypocrites. You are hypocrites. Why? Because you don't want to give to the work of God, but you are going to go to the psychic. And that's the reason why many times when people come to me in my private deliverance, they want to know why I charge in my private deliverance. Because I'm not an idiot. I do it free on Facebook, and you got to pay me. I still go buy soap, water. I got to pay people that are working with me. And you don't want to, you think that I'm just supposed to do things free for you, because you don't think that way towards the work of God, but you can go to the OBM man. I want to let you know my price is going to go up. Why? Because some of us need to respect God. We need to respect the things of God. We need to come to that place to respect God. Or somebody can say, freely he gave, freely you receive, freely he gave, right? I ain't selling nothing. All I'm telling you, you're not going to use me. I will not be used by people. I will not be used by people. Right now, we have 32 countries to go to. Are you supporting to go to those 32 countries? Yes, there are people that are supporting, but are you supporting? You can give me every reason why you can't support, or you don't have this, and you don't have this, you don't have the means. But if it is a man that you have to support, you will find the money anywhere to support the man from overseas. Right, Maria? That's what I tell people. So I want to talk about a lot of things why we don't get through in life. You see miracles here. Miracles. Do you know when I travel, I have to pay the passage of every single person that are traveling with me. Every single person that are traveling with me, I have to pay their passage. Sometimes I wonder, okay, it's my duty to do this as a pastor. I pay the passage. But let me say this to you. It is very hard for people. The devil puts a block in the ways of people to stop them from the blessing, because the devil start to tell them, don't give because you are doing this. It's going to be done. But when you're going to the OBA man, a woman told me she traveled from St. Vincent. She traveled from St. Vincent to a part of Africa. She traveled from St. Vincent. She paid her passage. She went to that part of Africa for a witch doctor. When she got to Africa, The man makes she take off her clothes. And by a river in Africa, she walked upside down. But when she got back to St. Vincent, you see, God is a merciful God. That's why God is a mercy. Thank God for Jesus for some of y'all that y'all ain't dead yet. The man makes she walk on top of she head. When she got back from that miles of Africa, she had the same sickness. But when she came to me, she was healed instantly. She gave that man $500,000. But you only have to pay just a small fee to help the ministry. But you have all kinds of problem for just a small fee. For just a small fee to help the ministry. You don't want to tithe. You don't want to support God's ministry. As a matter of fact, you don't want to tithe. You don't want to support God's ministry. You find all kinds of things. But when you come to me, you want me to heal your foot. You want God to use me to heal your foot. You want me to heal the whatever that is coming out from your vagina. You want me. But you don't look at what the person has to do to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ, because we are selfish, we are evil, and we just want to use the servants of God. That's not right. That is not right. The encounter that I had with men and women that gone to witch doctors, they would not continue to have the problem that they have if they had done it the right way with God. All right? That's why I wanted to come and say to you. I will put up the date I will be in Jamaica sometime today. Many of you are asking. I will put the date that I will be in Jamaica up today. But I want us to understand we cannot continue to use the people of God. We cannot continue to use the people of God and think that God is not seeing. Yes. We want to support the devil's work, but we don't want to support God's work. It's wrong. It is wrong. We have to do what is best to support the work of God. I am going to put up something in a few minutes. I'm traveling to 32 countries that God can use me, that salvation can come to many. I'm going to put up a paper. If you want to give $30 for 6 months, you do that. If you want to give $200 for 6 months, you can do that. But I am telling you, those who will do what God tells them to do, the move of God is going to be upon your life. All right? I will not be used. And that's the reason why I don't allow people to call me from everywhere. Don't try to give me no private call. Because we are too wicked. We go to witch doctors. We do all of those things. But we don't want to support the work of God. It ain't happening about here. As a matter of fact, for me to be able to do what I have to do with better equipment for the ministry, you don't want to give? Now, if you want my private deliverance, you're going to pay more for it. You're going to pay more, because that's how I'm able to push. That's how I'm able to push the ministry to go forward. God bless you. Bye-bye.